everybody, it's another video of LyzLit. My last video uploaded was about burning bridges, and I actually mentioned my blog post from a long time ago titled Burn, and there was a small snippet of it regarding burning bridges, and I promised that I'll probably read it to you guys. And this one is very personal, but I guess you guys could hopefully relate to it. It was actually written back in January 2011, and the title is Burn, written by me. The quote that I linked to this post was written by David Russell. It goes, "The hardest thing in life is to know which bridge to cross and which to burn." Burn. I was sitting by the window the other day, a favorite place of late, feeling the cold wind blow past the window grill and through my hair. I shivered, and I wondered, when did I become so weak in the face of the bitter cold wind? With that thought lingering, I looked upon the past few weeks that had passed. I seemed to have been contented with believing that everything happens for a reason. Burning with emotion. For the longest time, I had unconsciously allowed myself to numb out any form of feelings I could possibly have. June was the last time I recall ever permitting myself to fully portray true emotions. Emotions I do not wish to revisit, as wounds have yet to heal. I was so numb that when actual feelings began to creep up on me again, when I least expected, I couldn't identify what it was, even though it was staring me down. I remember feeling joy at first, then shyness, bravery, anger, then indifference. But what struck me the hardest was bewilderment, from realizing the flood of emotions I did not realize was happening to me. And suddenly it all came rushing back. I could feel everything. His love, my anger, his sadness, my disappointment, his hopes, his resignation, my ignorance, the painful reality, the broken dreams. I could feel everything. And then I felt nothing. Burned for delirium. The liquid gold I've been sinfully allowing myself to indulge as of late has an odd way of becoming a familiar, warm friend whenever I'm with either the girls or the lads for an all-nighter. Well, they're usually a variety of liquids, but that's beside the point. The point is, I've been trying to get myself lost, and sometimes I scarcely get there, wherever there is. And as time passes by, I get more familiar with getting lost, so much so that I try to delve far deeper, further into the darkness, wishing I never need to feel the light anymore. The drinks may have burned my throat, but it freezes my world into ecstasy. Burning bridges. I knew we would lose touch when I was to get married. In fact, we were both prepared for something like this. But no one would have realized my wedding not happening was the reason we stopped talking. You were the best friend I could never replace. And yet we lost so much due to ego and miscommunication. You thought I was in the wrong. I felt you needed to be honest. We weren't giving each other credit where it was due, and burned the bridge many years too early. There were many other bridges I have since crossed and burned, but yours was the one I wish was made of concrete. was my post back in 2011. That was 7 years ago. Wow, 7 years ago. Yeah, clearly I was not in a right spot, and I've dealt with depression a lot since I was 12. And at that age, nobody talks to you about depression. Nobody acknowledges that a child that young could have depression. Depression is a taboo topic, especially in Asia back then. Even if you're an adult and you have depression, people don't actually acknowledge it. People just tell you to think happy thoughts and get over yourself. Since I was 12, I've had depression at least twice a year, regularly. There were some years where depression was a familiar friend, and there were some years where depression was a lingering memory, but it always comes back. I've tried actually approaching the doctor for antidepressants and going for counseling, and unfortunately those concoctions did not work for me. So I had a go-to friend. I had this best friend of mine, and he has been my friend for 15 years now, coming 16. And every time that I am in a very dark place, he would seem to know how to pull me out, and he has been there consistently, and he knows how to pull me out, or sometimes just wait for me to pull myself out. And he's a very, very good friend. I've told him time and time again that I can never replace him. He is an angel, a complete angel, an angel on earth, no matter how he sees himself otherwise. He's a complete angel, and he has been my guardian angel for the longest time. Half of my life, in fact. And there were times when I definitely was giving up, and he was the reason I am here today. Depression has an ugly face, and when it wears its ugly head, you don't know what to do. Sometimes the best thing you should do is actually just reach out for help, and he was there for me. So the part where I was talking about burning bridges in this post was in regards to him. So before I actually got married, I was actually previously engaged to a man 10 years my senior, and that relationship created a huge wedge in our friendship, and I thought I lost him. I thought I did. I thought the many problems that I had in my life was driving him away, and us, I guess, being adults, we were trying to find our place in the world. Newly turned adults at that stage, we were trying to find our place in the world. He was letting a new job and studying, and I was supposedly getting married and then not getting married, and I was working as well. We had so many things ongoing for us, and life pushed us apart. I remember writing this, and I was crying. I remember crying because I could not imagine losing him as a friend, because he was my rock. Ironically, he was there every step of the way. And when I lost him, when I thought I lost him, I was not ready to face it. I was not ready to lose my best friend. I was not ready to lose my strong wall, the one that has been supporting me all this while. I actually showed him this post. I remember I did, and he was we talked it out, and we had several more years of good friendship. And the reason why I feel this is very apt lately, because we haven't spoken in a while, and it's not just because life is getting in the way again. I miss him. I do. And I wish he would know. I wish he would see this. I don't think he does. I don't think he knows that I upload videos of myself on YouTube. But I miss him. And if he so happens to see this video, I hope he knows who he is. One and only. I said in this blog post, you were the best friend I could never replace. I truly mean it. I meant it then, and I mean it now. You are still the true best friend I could never replace. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything. I'm sorry I'm not the friend you deserve. But for everybody else, like, comment, subscribe. If you have a poem that you guys want me to read, just let me know. I will check it out for you. Otherwise, you could tell me what you thought about this blog post. This was back in 2011. So until next time, see you guys. Bye.